Good morning. It is day 131. Yesterday was another blah day. It started off really good. Within 5 minutes, I saw a bear. It was pretty cool. It was on the track in front of me, and then it sort of cut across, and then it stopped and looked at me for a while, and then took off. And then for about 10 minutes later, saw a couple of deer. The track, it was what I was picturing Oregon, in the forest with lush green, some undergrowth as well. Beautiful, smooth, flat track. And that didn't last long. It then just turned into the path got a little rocky, started going uphill, came into some neat volcanic rock areas, little boulders or big stones, and a path with a nice reddish orange scoria going through it, and sort of alternated between that and trees for a while, and then had a 4k uphill, and then just alternating. The trail was quite rocky in places, and the forest was quite open and sort of deadish looking, not much undergrowth, just blah. Nothing special. I met Jack's a donkey. That was pretty cool. He was all loaded up with stuff, so nice to see something different on the trail. Physically I felt fine. Knees are good. Knees didn't twinge at all. I had a time where both Achilles were a little tight. Not sore, just tight. So I stretched them out a bit. Just felt alright. My stomach's still not right. I get bloated very quickly when I eat, so I can't eat large amounts at a time. Lunch I was really full and I didn't have a lot. This morning, not quite so good again. Energy's alright. Not heaps and heaps of energy, but not bad. Fine. I feel fine walking along. Weird. I don't know what it is. I thought I was coming right, but nah. Back to being a bit funny again. So today, I'm 31 and a bit miles from Crater Lake and Mazuma village, where fingers crossed there might be a passport and a credit card and a little food package there. I'm not optimistic, but we'll see. So I'm not going to go all the way there today. No point getting there late at night, so I'll stop just short. Today, there's actually a few hills today. Bit of climbing to be done. Water's another issue. I've got, I think it's 7 or 8 miles to get to the first water source, and a few more after that to get to a better water source. But early in the morning, while it's cooler, I don't drink too much. It's cool this morning. Cold. When I woke up, I had to put my jacket on. I've only taken it off just because I'm walking. I had a late start. It is 7:45, so a very late start. But I had to clean up a bit of mess, so that's why. And I filtered some more water. My fingers are tingling. That's sort of how cool it is. It was like that yesterday, starting to get a bit cooler in the morning, but I'm not used to that. I've been enjoying my nice warm mornings. Warms up quickly once the sun's out. Alright, so let's hope today's a bit more interesting than yesterday. well into the hill now. Little rocky, bluffy areas up around here. I'm hoping it gets me above the mosquitoes. I was holding off on the repellent until I got up to the hills and hopefully above them, but I couldn't. They were just getting too annoying. So yeah, put my insect repellent on. It's around the head, just so annoying. So they buzz around a bit, try and land a few times, and then I know at the risk of anthropomorphizing, it seems like they get mad, and then they just kamikaze straight into my face. Really, really annoying. So yeah, looks like I'm temporarily free of them now. We'll see. Oh, hey, actually getting a view. I'll see it better a little bit higher up. Looks like some swampy land down there. Seems like I've been in the trees for ages without some nice views. Oh, there we go. Let's do a full panorama. So that's a path I've been coming up. Coming around a few hills, some lakes in there. Looks like the edge of the lake in there. And coming around. Last night, just before camping, I went past 2 tents. I thought I was going to continue for quite a bit further, but stopped because of those horrible mosquitoes. And someone went past my tent at 6. And then as I was finishing packing up, one of the guys from that tent site passed me, so I just called him up. He was stopping to strip off all his layers because he was all rugged up because of the cold. So the first big hill is done, a little bit of flat, and then a bigger hill will be coming up soon. A lot of energy this morning. First 10 minutes were just lethargic, and then wow, now feel like I've got heaps of energy. Yeah, so walking along at a pretty good pace. It's funny, there was a path to get around some deadfall, and there was more deadfall around the new path, so we had to have another path to get around the deadfall. That seemed to happen 3 times. So lots of little tracks around here, but looks like this is back to the main track here. Lots of deadfall in this area. Yeah, this is back to the main track. Oop, deadfall. What's happening? Ooh, now on the log. And down to the next log. And back on trail. That's a good little adventure. Yep, Oregon's definitely the flat section with the smooth tracks. Allegedly. I think everyone's just pulling the wool. Alright, I'm climbing up. There's a hill up there. I'm climbing up that. That's where I've come from. As well as the big lake up there, there's a little lake down here as well, which is pretty. And back to lots of flowers. Flowers and butterflies. Yep, if I showed you this video and asked you to guess which state it was, you would never guess Oregon. Alright, nearly at the saddle. I'm continuing along around there. And a junction. Divide trail, not PCT. Okay, so I guess not that one. This one. PCT. Good view. I'm walking along this ridgeline. and then climb up, I think up these hills up here, and I'll keep going along the ridgeline there. It'll come around to here, and there's some lakes down in there, 2 little lakes. Now I'm continuing on the ridge. I'm enjoying this. I feel like I'm back in the mountains. Flowers are looking a little sad. All the dead trees again, unfortunately. Ooh, that whole valley down there. Not sure if you can see it through the trees. That whole valley down there. Must have been a big fire. Going along with these poor little flowers. Ooh. A few bendy trees over the trail. I thought these were dead flowers, but they're not. They're actually flat. I think that's what they're meant to look like. Little bumblebees in there, having fun. Climbing the hill. Look, it is snow. That, I think, is Mount McLaughlin. So if that's the case, come around, come up along this ridge line and started the big climb. Starting to get some nice views. Now I keep climbing. I've got about 1,000 feet of this climb. Something different. It's all squished into the packet, so that's not very practical. I'm gonna have to be licking it off the packet. It tastes like cardboard. That's a definite no for the future. You can see the smoke layer still over there. Look at that in there. So it's nice to be over here and away from the smoke. So little lake down there, little lake down there. That's where I've come from. And coming round the corner along the side of this hill. There we go. Going up there, I can see a trail going along there. Not sure if that's where I go or not. But it's definitely up a little bit more. Big rocks up above me. This is beautiful. I think you can tell I'm more of a mountain girl than a stuck in the forest girl. There's Seven Lakes track, and someone has put stones across to show that's not the main trail. This is the main trail, keeping along the ridges. So this lake I've been seeing is, I just looked it up, Klamath Lake.
My name is Chuckles, and I'm from Alaska, Kotzebue, Alaska. I have a sled dog team. And I come out here in the summertime to meet people and to walk and walk and walk.
And you're doing all of Oregon this time?
I'm doing Oregon right now. Yes, I am.
Brilliant.
I like to leave home for about 6 weeks and have family at home, so I go back and do my home thing.
It's a view from the other side, and this is just absolutely stunning. And thankfully I've just had a guide point out what everything is. But the mountain with the bluffs, that's actually Crater Lake. And that's right on the edge of Crater Lake. So I'll be going along that. And then that pointy one behind it is Thielsen. And we go over the side of that one, and that's the high point for the trail for this state. Yeah, and just stunning views. And then we've got the views on the other side that we've been seeing. Klamath Lake, going around Mount Lachlan that I came around the side of. Can't see Shasta. I've actually had a couple of days without Shasta now. Absolutely amazing, and my wonderful guide who showed me what was on the other side. So we've just sat down and had a neat little chat and break, and wow, woohoo! This is so not what I was picturing Oregon to be. Oh wow, this is just beautiful. I can't believe how far we can see. So pretty much, actually she said that the pyramid shaped one, she said that's where the road is. That's the road to Mazama village where I'm going. So that's what I'm walking today. Another 20 miles to get over to there. And then it's another, I think, 5 or 6 to get to those bluffs after that. She also said that the PCT trail is currently closed. So there's the rim trail that goes along the edge of the lake. And then the PCT one actually keeps below the rim, so you don't actually get to see the lake at all. So I was thinking about hitching to the rim and hitching to a few spots just so I got to see it. Oh, snow! There's snow! Yeah, so I could get to see it and then going back to the main trail and walking it. A lot of people just do the rim trail instead because it's listed as an alternate on gut hooks. But if the main one is closed, then that is brilliant because it means I get to do the rim trail and I still remain pure because I can only walk open sections of trail. Woohoo! So either way, I'm going to be having a good look at Crater Lake, because I don't come here and not have a look. Hey, someone's actually marked a mile marker. That's the first time someone else has marked it in a long time. 1,800 miles done. Woohoo! I'm also going to be watching out for the kilometre markers because I'm only a day or two away from the 3,000 kilometres. So I've been I kept missing all the others, but I'm going to have to make sure I get that one, because 3,000, well, Te Araroa was 3,021, so that'll make it the longest I've ever walked. We stood on some little frogs. Here we go. Where are they? I got a question from the comments about whether I am homesick. And I said no, I'm so used to travelling I don't get homesick. I mean, I love home. There's nowhere I will ever live permanently apart from New Zealand. But I love travelling and experiencing new things. But one thing I do miss is when I'm in the forest like this is they're so silent. There's barely any bird noises. I'm used to in New Zealand, it's just absolute constant birds all around you, different types of birds. Even the forests that have suffered from pests, from the possums and the deer and that, even those still have bird noises, just not as much. Ooh, there's a lake down there through the trees. So that's the one thing I miss while walking. Just had lunch, and while I was having lunch I was just reading the comments for the water source that I was heading for. It's the last water source until Crater Lake, 19 miles. And it said it's actually a really awful water source, difficult to get to, and stagnant, dirty water. So I've decided to go back half a mile to where there was a flowing stream and fill up there. So a 1 mile stupidity tax for not checking properly and looking at the notes for the water source. I had just blindly assumed, because it had the marker saying permanent water source, that it was good. So back I go. Oh, look at them all. Heaps of them. All over the place. On the rocks. Oh, down there as well. Actually, they look like toads, not frogs. Ooh, here's a bigger one. I don't know if it's a frog or a toad. The head looks sort of toad-like. Oop, there's another one. This is a stream where I filled up. I filled up just down there. Now, back down the trail again. Very familiar looking trail. So I filled up with 3 litres. So that should last me. That's for 20 miles, 19 miles, plus a camp. Yeah, so that should be enough. And 30 minutes later is my lunch spot again. Right, now finally on my way. Today is the first lunch in ages where I've actually had a bit of an appetite. It still didn't take much to fill me up, but at least I was enjoying eating instead of it being a chore like it has been lately. So this was the water source I could have used. It's actually not as bad as all the comments. I mean, there's a whole lot of crap in it. There's some tadpoles in there. Yeah, I'm glad I used the little river. Alright, let's get across. I'd passed a girl filtering water and she'd asked me if I'd seen a red-haired hiker. She gave me the trail name. I said, look, I haven't seen any, been exchanging trail names, and for some reason I thought she's a southbounder. So I told her about the red-haired I saw yesterday. I mean, there's not that many females on trail. And then, as I was walking from my lunch spot back up the trail to get back to the water source, she saw me again. She said, "Are you flip-flopping up around the trail?" And then she once again asked me if I'd seen these 2 girls. So now I knew she was southbounders. Nah, she seemed quite desperate to find them. But I've just passed the 3 of them sitting in the shade. So thankfully she found them. Trees are a bit more open again, so feeling the heat of that sun. So anyway, it was pretty cold this morning, but it's sure not cold now. The signs, Ranger Springs and Crater Lake National Park. 10.25 miles, what? Oh, that must just be to the park boundary, because I've got further than that to go. It's a racer snake. It's one of the slowest racer snakes I've come across. Taking its time. Here we go. So I'm assuming it's a racer snake. It's got a lot more yellow. Oop, where'd it go? There it is. Yeah, it's got a lot more yellow than the racer snakes I was used to. Just sitting there watching me, wondering what I'm going to do next. Beautiful colours, look at that. It's a bit too much in the shade. Yeah, that's gorgeous. Just climbed up a big hill now. It's flat for a little bit before I start dropping. And little open patch. Nice to be out of the trees for a little bit. A few flowers even. Going through another big fire area. Way up on the hills. Yeah, that was a big one. Come around the side of this big hill and then around down to the saddle, and just about to drop down from the saddle. It looks like it's going to be more of the same. Going along the sides of the hill, dropping down a little bit, then I've got a big hill to climb up. There's almost no vegetation here, apart from these little flowers. And they really show up against the dark burnt bark and the brown soil. But yeah, they seem to be the only thing alive here. Interesting looking fly. And a hair on the back of it. It's not trying to bite me, so leave it alone. It's got those funny things on the nose. These big stone mounds beside the trail. There's been a couple of them. Here's another thing I've been trying to get away from the bars. It's basically just chewy lollies, and yeah, they're nice. I like them. Climbed another hill to come over the saddle. Big open plains down there. Now it's just little weeny ups and downs for a few miles. Hey, I am entering Crater Lake National Park. PCT, permit required for camping. A trail junction. Oh, trail register. Haven't seen one of them for a while. This will be interesting, seeing who's where. Fortunately, the register has been full for a couple of weeks now, so I can't see where everyone is. I just met a park ranger. I gave him a big fright. I was clumping up the hill, and then from about 10 metres away I said good evening. He was off in his own little world, contemplating the beauty around him. He confirmed that yes, the official PCT route is closed, and that we are to take the PCT alternate, which is around the rim trail, which is fantastic. I was trying to figure out how I was going to get to see the crater and then go and do the official PCT trail. But the reason it's closed is there are a couple of mountain lions with kits. So a kit's a kitten for a mountain lion. So they want to let them have some space to look after their babies without feeling threatened. And if they feel threatened, I'm pretty sure the hikers would start to feel threatened. So that is fantastic news. Yeah. Alright, whoop. I think I've finished the uphill. Still feeling really good. My not a twinge from either knee today. Yesterday my Achilles were a bit tight, but they're fine today, so absolutely no niggles today, which is fantastic, and maintained good energy levels throughout the day. So I think hopefully that's because of the change in diet, and maybe that's working. But yeah, feeling really good. So in about 10 minutes I'll start to think about looking for a campsite. In this national park, they have asked the PCT hikers to practice dispersed hiking. So that means no closer than a mile from the road, and out of sight off the trails, and the usual distances from water sources. Not that there are water sources here. So that pretty much means just go wherever I want. Like I have been, really. Ranger didn't ask to see my permit. So still only one viewing so far by a ranger. Alright, it's the last signpost. This means the road is 2 and a bit miles from here. But I've entered a mosquito zone. I know there was a comment about a pond nearby. There's been lots of grass around, so I'm going to push on a little bit further and try and find a campsite not overrun with mosquitoes, because they've been really good today. Barely been annoying at all. Yeah, not since I started climbing up into the hills earlier this morning.